Here it comes. Oh. Yeah! Yes! Got a little timber! All right, guys, we are back. First day back to the shop since Flight Fest Ohio 2018. And for those of you that were there, you already know this, but for those of you who couldn't make it, Flight Fest Ohio 2018 was a huge success. In fact, if there was one word that I had to sum up Flight Fest 2018 with, it would be inspiring. For those of you guys who have never been to Flight Fest before, the reason it's so inspiring to me is because of the sheer level of just creativity and community that exists at an event like Flight Fest Ohio. Now, I was actually walking around the store at Flight Fest and I noticed a couple of unique products that I almost forgot about that we had been carrying for a while that we actually never did a video on. And there was a plane, specifically a microplane, which arguably could be the best ultra microplane ever made. So I felt kind of guilty because this plane had been out for so long and we had failed to do a video on it. It's one of the best micros that's ever existed. And for those of you guys who aren't familiar with this plane, this is the UMX Timber or just ultra micros in general. Ultra micros are obviously very small planes, but the cool thing about them is like this little guy actually packs the same amount of features that you would find in a larger plane. Specifically, there is a larger version of the Timber and it has all the same features. Like this even comes with optional leading edge slats. It has oversized functional flaps. It is complete 4-channel with aileron, rudder, and elevator. It even has a steerable tail wheel, which is pretty cool. And not to mention, it has fully functional nav lights, which actually blink and are very scale, which is awesome. It's running off of a brushless motor. It even runs off of a 2-cell LiPo as well. All coming in at a price point around 129 bucks. That's like one of the best things about Ultra Micros is that price point. A lot of you guys know that I do a lot of the graphic design, a lot of the print and web design for Flight Test. So in other words, around this time of year with Flight Fest, I end up finding myself making a lot of banner designs to hang up at the event. So I was at Flight Fest feeling inspired. I noticed this plane that we hadn't done a video on, and that's when I had an idea. What we're going to do today is we are going to attempt to make a mini banner towing plane. So the way that it works, if you've ever seen it, is the plane will come in at relatively high speeds and they will do a low flyby past a banner on the ground, which has a little string about 6 feet off the ground. The plane will come in at about 80, 90 miles an hour with a little grappling hook dangling off the tail, and they will try to hook that banner and tow it into the sky. I want to try it with a larger plane, but I figure we might as well start with a small scale, so that's where the Timber comes in. So without further ado, let's make a tiny little lightweight banner, and then let's go try to tow it up. Let's do it. All right, so banner has been completed. The banner was just printed off of simple printer paper off of a LaserJet printer. I attached it using fishing line, 6-pound test line, a couple barbecue skewers, and I even put a little nut at the bottom for ballast weight. Favorite thing about this is I recruited a pilot. So I got my buddy Andrus over here. Andrus, do you think we're up for the challenge of banner towing?
You know, I have no idea, but I guess we're gonna find out.
So here's my thoughts. I technically have my 107, and even though this isn't a drone, I think this still could be considered a UAS. I figure if real pilots can get paid to tow banners for advertising in various areas, maybe if we scale this up and we can take it to like a public area, like, well, there is a highway right there. I don't know what the legality of that is, but we could even go up to like Lake Erie and just like tow along the beach,
right, dude, and
just like sell some ad space. So what we have here, the field goal, the field goal pickup area. That's what I call it. So we got 2 fiberglass rods kind of tensioned outward. The wind is continuing to shift actually. And we started with a relatively small banner. Now some of these planes, the real banner tow planes, are carrying banners that are like 4 times as big as the plane, like huge. Depending on the success of this first attempt, we might have to scale up the banner. So without further ado, Andrus, how you feeling about attempt number 1?
I feel optimistic as long as we can get this lined up. I mean,
yeah, that's gonna be the tough thing. You got about 3.5 feet. Fly 3.5 feet across this 3-foot gap.
Yeah.
And you should get it. All right, you want a little launch? I can launch you.
I would love a little launch.
So the nice thing is that hook shouldn't even bother me when I launch you. Ready? Good luck.
Thanks, man. The little hook is a little dangly.
Yeah, it's definitely a dangler. All right, so here he comes.
Take a couple steps back so I don't hit you, Jeremy.
Okay. It's looking pretty good. And so as soon as you get it, you gotta go up.
Oh. Nope.
Try again. That was a nice approach though.
That was a bit high, so I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it sometimes gets a little weird with flaps. Okay, it's so close. Dude, that hook is just wobbling.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's wrapped around the tail skid.
Is it?
It might be. Dude, I got faith in you, man.
I appreciate that, man. Short approach.
Short approach, coming in hot. Oh. All right, so we made some minor adjustments. We tensioned the string. I don't. You probably can't see this, but we have a big loop, and it basically goes from here up to here, up to here, up to here, and we're tensioning it down with none other than Edgewater Air Park Founders coin. It's perfect for this application. We also made the hooks a little bit more hooky. Yep. And so hopefully that'll do the trick.
A little bit more hooky.
All right, man, good luck.
All right, thanks, man. Let's, wind shifted direction again.
That looks a little bit more promising. Yeah. Timber don't care about this wind. For how light and small it is, it actually flies really good.
Yeah.
Oh, you almost hooked my face off.
Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah.
Here we go. Yes, yes!
With the rest of the plane. Not even with the hook.
You just ran through it.
Dude,
you just crushed it.
Oh
yeah, so, okay, so honestly, this is on par for my type of experiments. I'd say it's moderate to limited success. It's towing the banner.
Oh yeah.
Keep it up, keep it up. The Timber is a great banner towing plane. So
really
the first thing that I noticed is that the banner is so small. Oh, look at that, dude. It's like that.
It's just flapping.
It's a little flappy, and I think it's mainly because of how small it is. All right, so bring it in. Coming in for a lane, his battery's about dead. Here it comes. Nice, dude.
I hooked it right around the wing, man.
Dude, I guess I didn't even think about that. Just run the plane into it. Yeah. Dude, that was sick. I'd say that was a limited success. Andrews, what do you think, man?
Yeah, limited success.
I mean, we towed the banner. Granted, you did just run the plane right through the line.
Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated. I'm like, I'll just go lower this time. If it catches on the plane or something, we'll go with it.
I'd say limited success. I'm actually kind of happy with it. Big things that I learned is the banner is a little bit too small, that when it's waving in the wind, the majority of it is just flapping. So I think something that could help would be a larger banner. The question is whether or not the Timber would be able to carry a larger banner. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna head back inside. He's gonna get a new battery. I'm gonna make a larger, longer banner, and we're gonna go from there and see how it goes.
I like that, dude.
All right, let's do it.
So since the hook was just like dangling and flapping in the wind and stuff, I think I'm gonna tie a little streamer right around here so that it's actually pulling the hook back a bit, keeping nice tension on this string, right? So hopefully it doesn't wobble as much anymore, it just stays right behind the plane.
So a little bit of drag.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice. All right, guys, so a couple modifications here. Andrus, what do you got going on here?
So I have a little streamer here for drag, right? And hopefully it'll make the little grappling hook less wobbly so I can actually tell where it is and line it up better.
So as it's being pulled behind the plane, that streamer is going to cause drag and just hopefully cause it to be behind the plane a little bit more, a little bit more predictable.
Exactly.
So we got our field goals lined up. The fishing line is going across, and we also extended the banner. Check this out. So this was the original banner right here. We have 4 times the amount of length, which hopefully will make it more banner-ish. So only the tail is flapping around like crazy, but the rest of the banner is somewhat legible. The big thing is right now with all these banners, the weight is definitely getting up there. I haven't weighed them, but it honestly feels like the banner is about the same weight as the plane. So I'm a little skeptical as far as how that's gonna go. When you hook that baby, you gotta just pin it.
I gotta punch that
full
throttle.
Coals, dude, full coals. All right, you ready for launch?
Yeah, dude.
All right, here we go, ready?
Yep.
Okay, look at that drag. It's definitely dragging it.
It's doing some weird stuff. Like as the streamer's wobbling up and down, the plate's
Is the AS3X not liking it?
I don't think so.
All right, here he comes. We gotta go for it anyways.
Yeah.
I see it like bobbling.
Yeah.
We got more wind. It's like midday. Probably the worst time to do this. Here we go. Coming in, looking good. Oh, dude, that was the closest one yet.
Jeez, dude.
The streamer actually helps too because it gives you a visual.
Oh, I think I have safe. Does this have safe?
It does have auto level. Is it auto level?
Yeah.
This switch right here. Try that.
There we go. Okay. That might have been what was doing it.
So dude, yeah, he had the safe on, he had auto level. Okay. So these planes actually come with what's called safe technology, and basically when you let go of the stick, it automatically levels, and he didn't know that he had it on. So now he's flying in full manual. Here he comes.
Dang. I ran right through it again.
That was the most anticlimactic crash ever. Here we go.
Oh.
Dang, I got
Jeez, dude.
It definitely hooks onto my finger, no problem. Good thing that wasn't an actual, I thought about using
a fishing hook?
A fishing hook, and I was like, it's probably not safe.
Yeah, good thing you just made that out of what? Music wire?
Yeah, just push rod, basically. Here it comes. Oh.
Yeah!
Yes, go little dip bag!
Full power, this is full throttle.
It's working though, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Look at that, it looks like a real banner.
Dude, we're legit, man.
Yeah, dude, there's a hawk up there just like, what in the world is going on down there? Dude, look at that. You could even read it. All right, I think we're in business, bro.
I think so. Flight Test needs to pay us for this advertising.
Yeah, what's the name of our business?
I think this is
tinyplanesbigbanners.com.
Yeah. I like that, dude. Dude, I'm like full throttle the whole time. That battery's gonna die pretty soon.
Timber don't care, man. Look at that, flying right over our shop.
That is so cool,
It looks cool, dude.
Oh my god.
I can't believe how well it actually worked.
Oh man.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Flight test.
Flight test.
Oh, the banner touch.
Oh, really?
Forget about tail touches, man. You do the banner touch.
Banner touches. That's the new thing, man.
All right, should we bring this in?
Yeah, bring it in for a land before you blow up that battery.
Yeah, seriously.
Flaps on, coming in. And he got it! Dude, that was sick, man.
Gosh,
you hit that perfectly, too, with the hook.
I can't believe we actually got it. We finally got it, dude.
Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking. I mentioned it before, but I'm thinking we get a bigger plane, maybe use like that Ultra Stick, get some big boy banners, and I think we could go into business doing some banner towing, RC advertising, Part 107 certified.
There we go.
Leave us a comment down below if is that possible? Is it legal? We don't know. It'd be cool, though. We could make it like 20 bucks, maybe. Leave us a comment if you want to see us scale this up, maybe try it with a bigger plane. And thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. We're doing new videos like this all the time, all kinds of RC aviation shenanigans. Thank you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you, and we'll see you guys in the next one.